Hello, everyone. Here we are, Module 6 of Summer of 24. We have less than 2 weeks in this class. So, boy, it really does go very quickly. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about last week, Module 5. Pretty much standard stuff there. Great job on the threaded discussions. All of those have been graded. What I really appreciate is when you folks bring in your real world experience. And I know you all vary as far as the amount of experience that you have in healthcare, but when you have, 5, 10, 20 years of experience and you bring those perspectives into the conversation on these threaded discussions, that is amazing. I really appreciate that. And I think your fellow classmates appreciate that as well. It's always, it's a learning experience. They can learn from what you've seen and your war stories. You've been there, done that. You've seen what really works, what really doesn't work. So that's great that you guys bring that in there. And I saw it a lot. I saw quite a bit of that last week. So again, well done on that. Fantastic job. Okay. Module 5. That was pretty much it for Module 5. All grading done and all that business. Okay, let's talk about this week. Again, we only have the 2.5 weeks left, or not 2.5 weeks, about 1.5 weeks left in this class. And the big component of that is this larger assignment, which is worth 20% of your grade. And the first component of that assignment is due this week. Let's take a look at that. So, what you have is you're going to be doing this VoiceThread discussion next week, or VoiceThread presentation. Basically, it's a narrated PowerPoint that you're going to be delivering. It's recorded, it's not live, so don't worry about that. What's great about being recorded and not live is that if you make a mistake, you can re-record it and fix it. That's the beauty of that versus having to give a live presentation in front of the class. So you have plenty of time to put all the polish on that VoiceThread presentation for next week. But this week you're going to be doing the first part of that, which you're going to pick 6 chapters out of the book. Any 6, anywhere in the book. They don't necessarily have to be what you think I'm looking for. They could be whatever is important to you, whatever chapters that you feel resonate with you, that you had an interest in, or that you think will help you with your career. You may have some of these concepts down and you're like, oh, I don't need anything about that particular area. I'm pretty good with that. But maybe there was another area that you feel that with your career you need to do some self-development. Maybe that's one of the chapters that you choose. But again, choose any 6 chapters that really resonate with you and that will help you with your career. From that, you're then going to make a very simple outline. Not a lot of work here. Now I'll talk a little bit about some of the other stuff you might want to be thinking about, but not a lot of work for the deliverable for this week. You pick the chapter, and then you're going to make a simple outline. And please follow the instructions in here. So that every year, there's always a group of students who, maybe didn't read the instructions or whatnot. But you want to make sure with your outline, kind of make it look exactly like the example I have down here. Please put the chapter and number because I can't reference, if you say staff development, I don't remember which number that is. So that helps me when I'm reviewing these to go right to that chapter. So that's, helps me out. So put the chapter number, title of the chapter, and pick out those 6 points. You're going to pick out, 4 to 6 key concepts or takeaways from that chapter. Again, your choice, your preference, what you think is valuable to you or something that you want to, gain some more development on, pick that. It doesn't necessarily have to be the, most important takeaway from that chapter. It's the most important takeaway for you and your unique situation. So pick 4 to 6 concepts from that chapter. And that's all you need to do. You're just going to list that chapter and those 4 to 6. Now, extra work. Not deliverable today. You don't have to do this. It's not do. All you have to do is just turn in this outline. I'm going to review it, make sure that you're on track for the presentation. But as you're looking at this, you want to be thinking, okay, well, these are going to become part of a PowerPoint slide that I need to talk about. And for each chapter, you're going to have 2 slides. So we got 4 to 6 takeaways. So that's going to mean basically 2 to 3 key points will be on each slide that you'll make. Some students start making their slides this week. That's totally up to you. That might be a good idea. Maybe you want to start working on your slides, because this honestly won't take that long to do. Maybe an hour, if even that. Maybe you spend an extra hour kind of getting the basics of your PowerPoint slides done, and then you can pretty them up next week. But be thinking of that. Also think about, I got to talk about this. And I have also a time constraint that I need to talk about this. So you may want to think about like, what would that script look like for each one of these 4 to 6 concepts or takeaways. Now, when I say script, I don't want you to read, to me. Pretty much, I'm the only one that's going to watch these. But I don't want you to necessarily just read to me from a script. Actually, you get a doc on points on that. I really do want it to be a conversation, but sometimes having a script and practicing a little bit can help you when you start talking about these concepts and takeaways from the chapter. Or you just make some additional little notes for yourself about these, additional bullet points behind the key concepts or takeaways. That's usually what I do. And what I'll do is I'll take a Post-it note and I'll put it right by the camera. So my audience, the camera, can't see, nobody can see it, but I got a little visual that I could always refer to as I'm doing my presentation. Probably should have done that for this for this update video, but that's a little camera trick, is using Post-its around your camera to help jog your memory as you're talking about these, and that can reduce repeats. Or redos. Because what's really nice about VoiceThread is it's going to be recorded. And if you do make a mistake or you flub it up or whatnot, you can always re-record it. So you got time you can make it perfect. So that's nice about the recorded aspect versus something live. So do take a look again what we're doing next week in part 2, which will be the deliverable, another deliverable for this. But yeah, that's it for kind of this week. So you may want to spend a little extra time laying some groundwork so you don't have to work so hard next week with the VoiceThread presentation. Also, if you have any technical issues, you got to have a camera. You're going to need a decent microphone. Maybe it's one incorporated in your laptop. Maybe it's incorporated in your webcam. Maybe you're using, these things are great. I use these all the time. I just recently brought back my microphone just to change things up again, but something where we can hear you clearly, through the audio, and we've got good camera and good lighting, so we have all of that. So you may want to even be thinking about setting the stage for that VoiceThread presentation that you'll be producing next week. All right, so there we go, guys. Hopefully it's pretty the deliverables this week are easy, but it's kind of think about some extras that you may want to do to make your life a little bit easier for next week. All right, that's it for this week. Everybody have a fantastic rest of the week, and I will check in with you on Monday in Module 7. Thanks.